Morning, billionaires. Man, uh, wonderful morning. Great morning. Hope y'all having a great morning as well. If not, turn it around. Turn it around. We still got a good, depending on where you tapping in from, we still got some time to our morning. So we still got the ability to turn it around. But what I'm gonna do today is just break down this immaculate trade taken on GJ last night. If y'all watched the weekly analysis, I was talking a little bit about the sessions that I trade. I have not even typically, I have been trading New York session recently. It's pretty choppy. Um, I'm personally not the biggest fan of it, but to each his own. What I noticed, at least about GJ, is that it moves during London session, and it normally, starts to move during London. And then during New York, you got to try to kind of figure out entries, if price is going to continue, if it's going to reverse, if it's going to hold, if it's going to fold. I don't know what be going on. I know what be going on, but it'd just be a lot. It'd be a lot to analyze. But that's neither here nor there. Last night did take a trade on GJ. So if you guys saw the analysis for last week, or if you're in the Discord, I called out this, move on GJ for it to retest this level and then to drop off. So looking at this price, coming into here, looking at this price now, mind you, this drop off for, I want to say 250 pips, 200 plus pips, almost 300 pips, happened just last night. Solid move though, right? But it was a call out. So it's a couple of different ways. I'm gonna take all this stuff off, and it's a couple of different ways that we could have saw, this move happen in a couple of different areas we could have executed on it. And I just want to break those things down and kind of show you guys what I'm seeing in this market. So looking at this price, what we did see, right, was, I won't get rid of my entries, but I will take some of these drawings off. You can take these off as well. I'll break the whole thing down for y'all. Right, so looking at this chart, we know we have our high and our low, right? We have our high and our low zone. So we got a daily zone up here. We got a 4-hour zone here. We can see price looks like it's headed to that 4-hour zone. I'm currently out of this trade because, caught my pips and I'm out. So still about 30 pips to drop if it wants to. If it doesn't, I don't really care at this point, right? But looking at this price, I can see it looks like a double top, right? I'm seeing a missed double top, right? This was my original sighting, if you want, of GJ, was this double top pattern. But then I'm looking at it last night, and I also kind of see a bit of a head and shoulders pattern, right? But for the double top pattern, right, what I did here was go ahead and marked off the neckline, right? So I got the bottom of this wick to the body of the breakout, and I just have this labeled as a, breakout zone, color coordinating everything so we know what it is, right? So we can see price did pull up to this level, rejected this box, and then begin to drop. Now, this is our 4-hour time frame. If I drop down to our hour 30-minute, which is typically where I'm looking to execute, when I hopped on here, what I saw was this price, beginning to break. So I originally had my first breakout here, right? Coming on here on the hour, we can see, all right, this price looks like it's getting ready to drop off. Okay, so we had a low. I had a low here, and I had a high marked off here, right? A low and a high. Now, what I wanted to see was a break of this low for price to continue down. When I'm looking at this, I typically hop on the charts around 230-ish. Excuse me. Typically hop on the charts around 230-ish. And I did see, this price, broke down. We got a nice bearish engulfing, resisted this level for a second time. And I already knew that I was just looking for this white box here, this neckline that I drew in previously, to just be a retest level, right? So when I'm seeing a bearish engulfing, rejecting the top of that zone, that's a good indication to me. right? But again, I wanted to see a break of this low, right? So price pushed down around 230, pulled back up. Right now, 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock is where I'm actually looking to really like execute in the market, execute on these trades. As this is where the momentum really starts to come into the market, right? So here I saw that this price began to break here with some pretty good momentum, right? At once it started to break, it started to break. We can see this was on a 15-minute chart that this price, or this candle, market started to just tank 60 pips in 15 minutes. Might have been less than that, right? But we can see even on a 5-minute, we got a nice strong break of this level. Price broke a little bit more, retested, bearish engulfing, and began to drop, right? So this move was pretty simple. If you guys haven't, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I did drop a video on, the highs and lows of price, right? So when we're looking at this price, that's the main thing that we want to be able to identify is the high and the low of price. Here, when I hopped on the chart at 230, right, my high was up here, my low was down here, and all I was looking for was a break of either one, right? And I knew my higher time frame bias was bearish, right, because of the fact that I was just looking for this to be a retest level, right? Price scaled up, broke off. So if y'all don't, make sure y'all go ahead and follow the Instagram. Always dropping some, nice little gems on there, little things to look out for, maybe the upcoming day, days to come, whatever the case is. But that was really it on this move. Now, me personally, I did take profits at around like 5 o'clock, right? So I typically like to trade from 2:30, 3 o'clock to about 5-ish, right? Until that new 4-hour candle begins to form. I'm really looking to catch that 4-hour candle. And then I want to go back to sleep, right? I want to catch my pips, take my profit, and go to sleep. I don't like to, be up looking at the charts all day, all night. At one point I did. Don't get me wrong. If you're just starting off, if you're, a newer trader, stay up all day, all night looking at the charts, because the chart work is what's really gonna push, your trading experience and your journey as a whole. The more time you put in, the better results you're gonna get. That goes for anything that you may be doing, right? But we did see this price drop off, and I took profits around 5 o'clock. We can see here I have my target set at a level here. Now these purple lines that I have in here, 50 and 140, are targets, okay? These were targets. So this first target was a 50 pip target, and the second one was 140 pips. I personally did pull at the 140 pips. As we can see, this price did continue to drop. It is now looking like it's tapping into our 4-hour zone. So I missed out on about 130 pips, 140 pips. Now that could be, a big difference. But FOMO, right? I realized, all right, I pulled my trade already. I don't want to, hop back in scared of missing out, or the fear of missing out, whatever the case. Let it ride. There always will be another setup in the market. Already caught a solid move, so I'm happy with my results for the day. Now, the way that I have my targets set up, right, and we can even see that we did get some play around these targets that I have marked up here, right? We can see a wick into this first one, and then we see kind of a retest happening at this second one, and then again at what would have been third target, right? We do see a wick down, wick up to retest, and then price looking like it's going to continue down. Pretty strong momentum on GJ for today. Not sure exactly what's going on that's pushing her, but it's currently 11 o'clock, and she's still trying to push. We do have this zone down here, but she got some momentum to her. But as I was saying, right, I draw in sometimes when I'm actually, taking trades or in the mix of trading, right, hourly zones, right? If I'm just doing a markup, I do not mark in hourly zones because of the fact that they don't really do too much. They don't really tell us too much about price and where it's projected to go. But when it comes to, you know, when it comes to, what's it called? Current market, and as the market is moving, we do typically see some sort of slight pullback or something, and I normally just draw them in to let me know that, all right, like there's a good chance that this market could look to pull back. So don't get scared. It's a zone here, and that's just that, right? So looking at this price, as we can see, right, I just drew in these demand zones, right? And the reason that we want to draw in demand zones as price is selling, for the simple fact that if it's a demand zone, it's a buyer zone, meaning that price is going to buy off of this zone. We know price typically buys off of this zone. And if we're selling price, we want to know when price could be potentially looking to buy, right? So first target I had was here. I didn't take any profit at the first target because, like I said, this market was tanking. We could see, what time did this reach? At around 3:30, 4 o'clock. We started to see, you know, a little play around here at this level. But I'm like, the way that this price is dropping, we already covering, you know, a good amount of this pullback. If you guys use fibs, you probably understand what I mean. I personally don't use fibs, but I can kind of see the levels and, you know, momentum in the market. So just from seeing how far this market had already pulled back, I know, all right, this trade is falling into line with my analysis, and it's most likely going to continue moving, right? And then we saw in here at 4 o'clock, crazy drop off of price, but it did have a target set here. If you wanted, could have taken profit at this first level, but like I said, we did have some momentum. Price came in, right? Once I started to see this kind of play around, I did take partials, right, just to secure my goal for the day. And then I had a target set at 163.4, I believe it was, on MT4. It might be a little bit different, the setup, but I do believe that target was at 163.4. So I guess I had it marked up on here like this, something like that, right? So did take profit here at this second target, and then third target would have been, you know, price coming down to our next hourly zone, or even 4 hour zone, you can call it, to this next level. Wow. Wow, she's not stopping. GJ, definitely looking for this to break off on a week. If y'all haven't seen the analysis, make sure y'all go watch it. We're looking for 156.5 for GJ on the week. But as I was saying, if you guys wanted to throw in another target on the TP level, personally, we can see this level that I have here would have been something like this, right? So here I did use a 4 hour zone just because of the fact that, all right, now we're at a previous low. Okay, we do see a new low here. Not a new low, but actual low. Not actual, like what we can call a swing low, right? As opposed to just structure, right? This here is a structure low. Let me change this color. Right, this here is a structure low. Same thing here, structure low. And what I mean by that is just low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Right, when I say swing low, what I mean is that this price was selling off. It made this low, swung to reverse, and pushed up. So this is going to be an actual low in the market. So this is where I would have, right, we can see here I had mine third TP. If I would have taken it, would have been 222 pips. And just for the setting of this number 2222 should have held. That alone is a great sign, right? Those doubled up numbers. But that would have been, you know, 222 pips for a solid day, right? And this moved pretty quickly. Like I said, I trade from normally 3 to 5, and target was hit, you know, target was hit within those 3 hours. So definitely a great trading day. Like I said, if you guys haven't, make sure you guys go ahead and follow the Instagram page at BBIGX2. Definitely will be uploading a lot of content there. You know, small hints, tips, and gems for you guys to be able to tap into, and bite-sized pieces. as well as go ahead and subscribe to this channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel. Definitely going to be, you know, dropping a lot more videos on this page. And all of this is for you guys. I know what's going on. I understand the charts, and I want to say that you guys do as well. But you know, just to see somebody else, I know even myself, I still go and look at other, you know, YouTubers and videos and stuff that they're dropping. It's because once you have a trader mindset, you want to listen to other traders, right? So if you haven't, just go ahead and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment. Let me know if you guys caught this move. If you didn't, if there's another move that you call on a separate pair, I would love to hear about it. But that's what I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. Love.